Okay children, now in this map, first we will mark the standard meridian. That is the line of longitude that passes through India. The line of longitude that passes through India, or the standard meridian, which is the 82.5 degree east from the line of 0 degree longitude, and that passes through Allahabad. Now Allahabad, first we need to identify where is Allahabad. Allahabad is at a confluence. So now there are so many confluences. Which one? It is the third one from the left. The first one is this, the second confluence, and this is the third. So this is my Allahabad, and my standard meridian should pass through Allahabad. Now there are other two things we have to keep in mind when we are drawing the standard meridian. One is it should pass through this, and it should pass through here. That is, this river, if it has a delta and a line like this, it should pass through this, and also that it should not touch Sri Lanka. There should be some space. And one more thing, that is the standard meridian is not a straight line. We cannot just draw it like this. It has got a slight curve. For that we need to hold our scale like this with the 3 fingers, so that there is a bend in the scale, and place it here, concentrating on these 2 points, and also seeing that it is bending on top as well as here. So now we see that my line is passing through these two and also bending here. I draw a line like this. Now on this, I have to draw this as a broken line in red. So now on top of this, it is very easy to draw this broken line freehand. And make sure that these broken lines are also evenly drawn, not haphazardly or too big. They should be even. Now, when I am marking this standard meridian, I need to write the degree. That is 82.5 degree east on both the sides. That is on top as well as at the bottom. So 82.5 degree east. We cannot forget this degree symbol, neither this E. Anything we miss out, we lose the 1 mark. Next we go to the distribution of minerals. Now in our syllabus we have 2. One is the offshore oil field. The offshore oil field, or it is also called the Mumbai High. So we first have to locate Mumbai, which is here, and offshore away from this Mumbai, that would be the offshore Mumbai High. Now to draw this or mark this, we have to keep in mind this bend, and if we come a little below this, in line with this Mumbai, our Mumbai High would be at this point. But we don't have to draw this line. That is only for our convenience. So we mark it here, and we can use arrows to name it as Mumbai High. And the other one is our coal field, which is Jharia. For that, we can use a scale. Now we first identify Chilka Lake, which is here. We keep our scale here, and straight we go to the place where we find this forked river. A little bit above this would be Jharia. Again we can use arrowhead to indicate this and write the name as per the question. If it says coal field, I write coal field, or I write Jharia. Sometimes they can also give mark with a J or mark with a C the coal field. So instead of a dot, in the place of the dot, I have to write C. Keeping in mind the C is not too big. Next we have our cities. So we use a red color pencil. First we have Delhi. To mark Delhi, we have to identify this boundary of this Nepal border, this corner. Now we keep our scale here to identify this corner and see that I imagine a line straight here away from this Yamuna river. Here. So I can use my red color pencil to put a dot here, keeping in mind that the dot is not cutting through the river like this. If this is the river, my dot should not be cutting through the river like this. Neither should the dot be far away from the river. So it should be just here. So that is my Delhi. You can use a red color pencil for Delhi. Next we have Mumbai. Mumbai seem already to have been marked here, so we can just name it as Mumbai. Next we have Kolkata. So for that we have to observe this indent here, and just above this indent, a little to the right, we can use a dot with a red color pencil and use arrowhead to name it as Kolkata. Next we have Chennai. Now Chennai is on this east coast. To mark that, we first take reference of this river Kaveri. From this corner we go up 3 millimeter. That would be my Bangalore, but I don't need that. Even then, keeping that in mind, since Bangalore and Chennai are almost on the same latitude, this will help me to mark Chennai. So now Chennai would be here accurately. So I can use my arrow again and name it Chennai. Now Allahabad is already marked. We can use an arrow and name it as Allahabad. Next we go to population distribution. In our syllabus we have densely populated state and sparsely populated state or region. Now densely populated state in North India and South India. In North India, densely populated state would be Bihar. So I should be able to identify where the state of Bihar is. So that would be in this part of my map. So I can enclose this with the help of my pencil and indicate the densely populated state with more number of dots. And again label it as per the question. So if it says densely populated region or state, I should write here, and then I can also write in bracket the name as Bihar. In South, the densely populated state is Kerala. So you know Kerala is on the western coast and it would enclose this area. Again I can use my black dots to indicate the density of population here and again name it as densely populated region or state, and in bracket I can write Kerala, or as it is given in the question. Now sparsely populated state in North India would be Sikkim. So this part is very important that I am able to identify this. Just to the left of Bhutan, this part is Sikkim. So this would be the sparsely populated state or region in North India, and I can show it with just maybe 2 or 3 dots and again label it as sparsely populated state in North India.